Morning, fellow creators. Ben here from Cinder Studios. It is Friday, April 7th at 7:24 a.m. It's Good Friday. I'm off today. The company I work for is nice enough to give us Good Friday off every year. So I'm going to put in some studio time, then I've got some other cool stuff going on, so stick around. So, pardon a little rasp in my voice. I'm still a little groggy. I've been up for about 10 minutes. Have some things to clean up around here. I've got so many freaking sketchbooks sitting out and all kind of other stuff happening. I'm hoping, well, I got replaced the bag in my trash can because it was garbage night, Wednesday into Thursday. Got a couple of paintings I want to work on, mostly these splatter ones. I've got a stack of pallets to scrape down. Forgot, my furnace has been blasting for a while since I got up. Because I forgot that Wednesday it was really warm, so I turned the heat off. And it's been off for a couple of days. So I woke up this morning and it must have been, it couldn't have been more than 60 degrees in the house. I'm like, oh, it's cold. I gotta go turn turn the heater on. I hurry up, got up, turned the heater on, went back, snuggled back in bed for a while. So now it's warm enough I can be down here. It'd be nice if my web browser decided to open. So yeah, so I get a little extra studio time, which is nice. Well, it's extra. It's going to replace some of the stuff on Sunday because Sunday's Easter. And I won't really have time to do any stuff Sunday. So interestingly, here's the fun thing for today. My local Blick, who I follow on Instagram, and they follow me because I'm in the store frequently and I'm a local artist and everything. They reached out to me, I think Monday or Tuesday, and said, "Hey, we're rotating the display art in the store. Would you be interested in having a piece here for a while?" And I'm like, whoa, yes, I would. That'd be great. So a little later this morning, once they open up, I think they open at like 9, but I still want my studio time. I'm gonna take a piece down there, and it's funny too because I was looking. I'm like, I don't actually have a ton of new stuff that isn't the Splatter Worlds stuff. So that should be interesting. So yeah, there's some stuff from like middle of last year that I can take or something like that. So. Should be interesting. So yeah, it's I did a live painting thing at my Blick a couple of years back, but that was kind of just so having a piece on display there is going to be pretty neat, especially considering I get all my supplies there. And so since I will be down there, I've got a huge list of stuff to get. I'm not getting the huge list, but especially since a lot of stuff on the huge list I need to buy online. But I do want to look at the huge list to see what I can get in the store. And that is going to be hopefully not a ton of stuff, but just like some of the quick restocks. Since the last time I went down to the store, I had to get that gold back in like December. So I'm gonna get just a sheet of paper here. Get some of that Strathmore writing paper and have a look through my list to see what I might be able to find in the store. Alright, so this is really just going to be what am I low enough on that will warrant a actual trip. Or actual stuff to get on the actual trip, rather. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that it's getting low, but I don't necessarily absolutely need it. But I think the high flow white. I need my sketch pens. I'll try and organize this because the store's in 2 levels. It's like lower canvas and paper level, and then upper paint level. So I kind of want to organize it by what's where. My Indian yellow hue is low. Cerulean is getting low, but I should be able to hold off for it. I do want to get a Prussian blue, though. Although there hasn't been a new Blick catalog out in a couple of years, I should be able to have a look through the Utrecht colors to see what I might actually want to pick up that's similar. A turquoise could be interesting. As more like as a mixing color than anything else. Or like a teal. Golden's got a cobalt turquoise, which is pretty cool. Yeah, it's a thought. Alright, sketch pens. Probably as much as I can really, or would really want to go for. Like everything else is getting low, but it's not. There was supposed to be like a big online restock, and while yes, that is still important. That's right. They started making the Mars Black in the high flow line. So eventually, I'm going to switch out from that, from the carbon, just because I like the matteness of a Mars Black. Yeah, you know what? I think I will do that blue switch. So golden, cobalt, turquoise. What was it? Yeah, no sketch pens. That should be good. Although knowing me, I'll end up getting like 3 brushes and a canvas. But yeah, that'll be that. So another good thing about going to Blicks today, which I really should write down to remind myself, is for the summer splatter show. Cam at the gallery has been bugging me to find some kind of sponsors for the event, and I'm like, I don't really like the idea of going up to people and like, hey, give me money, but I know Blick has done stuff through the Red Fishbowl shows, so I'm thinking that while I'm there and filling out the little form and submitting my art for their wall, I can be like, hey, would you guys be interested in sponsoring this event that is happening in June? And who do I talk to about that? And, you know, whatever. And also, like, part of the thing was like, sponsorship doesn't necessarily mean money. It might mean stuff. So I'm not really sure what that's going to look like, but you know, can't hurt to ask, especially since I frequent the shop and they've asked me to put art there. So might be a good deal. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on stuff. I've got this waterfall piece that I started last time around. I do also need to record a regular art video for this week, so well, it'll be last week, but when you guys are seeing it, but it's the picking a canvas part, the second part of how I make a painting. And chances are I'm going to get a canvas at Blick for that one. Since I had the only other one I'd want to use is this one, but I want to use this for a different piece. So speaking of which, I want to put this over here because that's that piece. Once I get to that point. In the meantime, scrape off some palettes, roll out some new paint, and get started. Okay, I've reached a point where I can't work anymore, at least on this piece. Put this in a time lapse so you guys can enjoy the process. I'm just cranking straight through this one. This is one of those like comfort zone kind of pieces that it's just a bunch of stuff that I can do basically blindfolded. Put the paint on a little thicker here since this is a smaller piece and there's not a ton of major stuff going on with this composition. I decided to amp up that with some thicker paint. I'm going to do the same thing with the foreground rocks. I'll probably grab my light molding paste since I haven't done that little technique in a while. Having fun with this one though. I think this is going to be definitely a great addition to the show, and certainly it's a piece that definitely feels like it's out of one of my worlds as usual. But yeah, this is pretty thick paint. It's going to take some time to dry, so I can't touch any more of this until that's done. I was like, I can put some water lines in and get started. But luckily, I've got 2 more splatter pieces in the wings, and I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into one of them. Okay. That's a pretty damn good start, but the other one's dry, so I'm switching back to the other one. Back and forth, back and forth. I'm in a good mood today, though, too, so I'm, like, cranking through these.
I thought I was doing okay. God, how did I end up this way? Think I'm getting used to this pain, and I only got myself to blame.
Okay, reached another stopping point, but I'm probably going to call it here, at least for this piece today. Looking pretty good, I'd say. Reasonable. I put some hanging moss on the rocks and some other little things to spruce up the piece a little bit. I'm not even going to worry about scraping that into the jar. So it is just past 9:30. Blick opens at 10. I kind of want to be down there like 11-ish. I decided which piece I was taking is this one, passing through yet still remaining from July of 22. This is sort of the newest, best, biggest piece I've got to send down there. It was funny, I was just thinking about this. I'm like, this one was going to go to Red Fishbowl on the next rotation. But I actually don't have a ton of stuff at this point now to give to Red Fishbowl because everything I've been doing has been Splatter Worlds stuff. So Chris is going to get like 3 new ones from me. He's like, I think he's expecting like a big batch because it's been, I think, at least 6 or 8 months since my last rotation. And it's like, I'm not going to have anything to give him. But yeah, I really like this piece. I think this would be a good one for display down there. It's definitely, it's weird enough, but more traditional enough for me, and it's well representative of the stuff that I do, which I think is the point. So, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get cleaned up and wrap this vlog up for this week. Again, we'll be going down to Blick. Check my Instagram for that piece up. I'll be sure to post that once it's hanging up and in the store, because that would be really cool. And yeah, that's, well, actually, I'd come to think of it, I'll probably just be dropping it off and not necessarily hanging it today, since they're, again, they rotate with local artists with who displays there. But it's probably gonna be like, okay, thanks, and we'll stick it in the corner, more than likely. But I will also be shopping, as I mentioned earlier, grabbing a couple of things, and I think that I'm looking around, like, I feel like I'm forgetting something. I just don't know what. So thanks, guys, for checking this vlog out. If you enjoyed this and whatever, learn something, but it's a vlog, hit the like button, get subscribed if you're not already. Socials in the description, all the regular things. Keep on creating, and I'll see you guys next time, I suppose.
Got it.